Okay, guys, this is just a quick tutorial on the Cite Them Right website. The Cite Them Right website is located at citethemrightonline.com. You can also just Google it, Cite Them Right, and it'll come up. This is a subscription service, so colleges and universities will subscribe to this. Not all of them do, but most of them do. Subscribe to it because it is a kind of one-stop shop for referencing. How do you reference? Depending on what referencing style you've been told to use by your college or university. And that can vary from department to department. So nobody has time to memorize all that and learn it all. So we have this as a resource, which is basically you go in, you put in the kind of referencing you want to do, and it shows you how to do it. So Cite Them Right is found at citethemrightonline.com. And the first thing you want to do when you get there is log in. If you are part of an organization that has a subscription, then you want to log in via your institution. So click on login and then click on login via your institution. If you're already logged in, if you've already input your details, then it'll just give you access. But if not, you'll have to key in your college or university login details, which will be recognized once you've selected the institution. So that step gets skipped for me because I've already done it, but you would have to be typing in the name of your college or university and then log in using your credentials. And then at the top, you'll see who's providing your access. So access provided by, in this case, Glasgow Calvin College is providing my access. Okay, the next thing really is just to choose your referencing style. That is up to your college or uni telling you what kind they want you to use. So we have Harvard, which is kind of universal. Many departments will use that. It's very popular. APA 7th is also really popular. So you see that, Chicago, and all of the others, which are less popular, really. It depends on what you're studying because some are more popular in the arts and social sciences and others are more popular in science and health. Just depends. The thing is, just find out from your lecturer or your tutor which one they want you to use and then click it. So if we click into Harvard, we then can scroll down and we see different quick links for types of material. So the kind of format that my source may be in. And there's loads there. So books, journals, so on. One of the most popular ones will be books or journals. So we'll just click in there. And then you get a subcategory, journal articles, for example. So let's say I've got a journal article that I found in the library. I want to use that and I want to do it in Harvard style. Click in and it tells you what you need to collect, what information you collect from the source, and then what order it needs to go in. And then down below that, it gives you an example of what it should look like. So on your reference list at the end of your paper, that's the format you will use. And over here, you can see it's got surname, comma, initial, year of publication in brackets. And you see the example here, surname, comma, initial, and the year of publication in brackets, and so on. So you're just following the format. And that's for your reference list. If you're using Harvard, then you also have in-text citations, and that just means at the point in your paper when you deploy a fact, you have to put a little note of which reference you're referring to, what source you're referring to. And so that's just a short version of this because we can't put all of that in the paper. The paper would just be made up of long references and be really hard to read. So what we use is this little short version called an in-text citation. And then if I want to know all the details, I'm reading through your paper and I see that and I want to know what is this NORI thing, I can go to your reference list and actually look it all up. All right. So that's the very basics. With Cite Them Right, one of the cool things is they give you the template here and you can have your paper to hand and you can actually just type it in as you're looking at it. So you just type in whatever your source is called. I'll just make one up, something like that. And you just type in the title and blah, 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 right? Whatever else goes there to get that from my source. And at that point, I could copy it or I could email it to myself. So if you have it there and you email it to yourself, then as you're processing your sources, you just get an email copied over to yourself, and then you can copy and paste that into your actual paper. So it makes everything easier. And obviously, from one class to the next, if you have slightly different referencing to do, which is a gigantic pain, but that's what we have to do, then you could just go back and choose a different referencing style, and it'll give you the same sort of thing with a different referencing style. I've got a printed book, I'm doing APA. How does that look? And you go and you find what information you need. What does it look like? And it's the same sort of process. So, hope that helps.